Hey, what is up guys? My name is Marcus, and this is my unboxing and first impressions of the Teamgee H6 electric skateboard. Although Teamgee is a rather large company in China with around 70 employees, only a portion focus on developing electric vehicles for the end user. With big success in China, however, Teamgee recently launched an English webshop with worldwide shipping. When we open the box, we see the skateboard itself, covered in plastic and foam to protect it in transit. Let's put it aside and check out the accessories first. First up is a carrying bag made of thick canvas that houses the remote. We'll get back to the remote in a bit. Then there's a box with a charger for the skateboard, which is rated at 42 volts 1.5 amps. Then there's a small red rear light that attaches with a rubber strap, followed by a micro USB cable for charging the remote, a skate tool, and lastly a manual. It's a good list of accessories and everything you need to ride and maintain your new skateboard. The canvas bag is especially nice and feels like premium quality. Teamgee could have easily skipped it along with the rear light, so it is nice to see these items included. But enough about the accessories, let's check out the skateboard itself. This here is the Teamgee H6, which is a full-size longboard with a pintail-style deck. What's special about the Teamgee H6 is that all the components are housed inside the deck, making it look like a normal skateboard to the untrained eye. The only things that give it away is the charging connector and power switch on the underside of the deck, and the two hub motors that are integrated in the back wheels. But even so, the H6 is gorgeous, and Teamgee should be proud over their design team. It has a nice retro vibe to it, but still feels sleek and modern. The abstract graphic on the underside is discreet and gives, along with the two red stripes on the grip tape, a unique look to the board. Of all the boards I've tested, this is certainly one of the better looking. The H6 is fairly capable too, and doesn't sacrifice too much performance or range to achieve its stealthiness. Top speed is a very reasonable 30 km an hour, and the reported max range is acceptable at 16 km. Charge time is 2 hours for a completely dead battery, and the weight is less than expected at 6.3 kilos. Teamgee reports that the H6 is supposed to be able to handle hill climbing up to 20% too, which should be enough for most people. The deck is, as expected, rather stiff with minimum flex. The pintail shape is rather uncommon amongst electric skateboards, but I personally welcome it. It is slightly concave too, so it should lock your feet in place and allow for some nice carving. The front wheels are 83mm with a hardness of 83A, and the back hub motors are also 83mm, but it is possible to change the urethane by undoing the 6 screws on the side. Teamgee doesn't currently offer any other replacements other than the 83mm sleeves that the H6 comes with, but are working on both 90mm and 170mm offerings. You should be careful though, as even with the 83mm wheels there's a chance of wheel bite. On the underside we see one of the few real indicators that this is actually an electric skateboard. There's a big plate that houses the power button and the charging port, as well as some warning text. The Teamgee H6 is not advertised as waterproof, so you should avoid riding in wet conditions. The remote that comes with the Teamgee H6 is rather different compared to other offerings. It has a nice rubber texture to it and lays nicely in the hand. Built into the remote is a display that shows you your current speed, your settings, as well as the status of both the remote and board battery. It also has a basic odometer built in, which will show you your total distance traveled. The display is a bit difficult to see in direct sunlight, but you shouldn't be looking at it too much when riding anyway. Simply shielding it with your hand makes all the numbers readable. Just under the display is the wheel with which you control acceleration and braking. It has a rather short throw, and springs back to its neutral position when you release it. The board has cruise control built in, which can be engaged by double pressing the wheel. Just under that is the power button for the remote, and under that is 2 more buttons. The one marked FD toggles reverse, and the one marked LED turns on the light on top of the remote. The light is a nice addition and is certainly adequate for signaling other people during evening runs. On the left side of the remote, we find the switch with toggles between fast and slow mode. Slow mode severely limits the board's acceleration and limits the top speed to a measly 16 km an hour. Needless to say, this mode is primarily for first-time users. The Teamgee H6 is one of the more interesting boards on the market currently, with a stealthy look and rather unique design. It also has a rather affordable price at $529. Although this is a little more than what other Chinese manufacturers are charging for their boards, with higher top speed. None look as good as the H6 though, and I'm very much looking forward to testing this the next couple of days. Stay tuned for part 2, where I will test the board and give my final verdict. Subscribe to my channel to make sure you don't miss it. If there's anything specific you want me to test or mention in part 2, leave a comment down below, and give the video a like while you're at it. Thanks very much for watching.